Ethan and Jake had always been close, despite their differences. Ethan, the older brother at 17, was cautious and thoughtful, while Jake, 15, was adventurous and impulsive. They had grown up exploring the forest near their home, but nothing could have prepared them for what was about to happen. One late autumn afternoon, they set out on a hiking trail that was supposed to loop back to their cabin. The golden leaves crunched beneath their boots, and the crisp air carried the scent of pine and damp earth. The boys were confident. They had hiked these woods countless times. But as the sun dipped lower, they took a wrong turn. They didn't realize their mistake until the familiar path had vanished, replaced by dense thickets and towering trees that all looked the same. The wind picked up, rustling the leaves in an eerie whisper. "We should turn back," Ethan said, glancing at the darkening sky. Jake shook his head. "No, I think the trail is just ahead." Against his better judgment, Ethan followed. But the deeper they went, the less certain Jake became. Soon, the sun had set, and the forest became an endless maze of shadows. Panic set in. "We're lost," Ethan muttered. Jake exhaled sharply, his breath visible in the cold air. "No, we just need to." A sudden snap of a branch silenced him. Both boys froze. The woods had been eerily quiet, but now something was moving nearby. A low growl rumbled from the darkness. Ethan grabbed Jake's arm and whispered, "Run." They bolted through the underbrush, their hearts pounding. Branches scraped their arms, roots threatened to trip them, but they kept going. Behind them, footsteps, heavy, deliberate, crunched the leaves. After what felt like forever, they stumbled into a small clearing. Moonlight spilled through the trees, revealing an old hunting cabin. Without hesitation, they dashed inside and slammed the door shut. Panting, Jake whispered, "What was that?" Ethan shook his head, peering through a crack in the wall. The forest outside was still, but the feeling of being watched lingered. "We'll stay here until morning," Ethan said. Huddled together, they listened to the sounds of the night, fear keeping them awake. Outside, something prowled, circling the cabin. But it never came in. When dawn finally broke, they cautiously stepped outside. The forest, once menacing, now seemed ordinary again. With daylight guiding them, they retraced their steps and eventually found their way back home. Neither of them spoke much about what happened, but every time they went near the woods, they couldn't shake the feeling that something was still watching. Waiting.